Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome back to Wizards News. Today we're going to be talking about FanFest, both what's happening in Indianapolis and around the world because there's so much going on and this is going to be absolutely crazy. Okay, so we got news about what is happening for FanFest, both in Indianapolis and around the world. So we are going to be breaking this up in this video into different chunks. And I'll be leaving timestamps in the description below. So if you just want to watch one particular chunk of it, you can go to that timestamp and look into it. First of all, we're going to be looking at the event in Indianapolis and looking at the times and places and the map and all those fun things. Number two, I want to be talking about your packing list. What do you actually need to pack for this so that you have everything you possibly need? Number two, we're going to be talking about what is happening around the world during FanFest. So if you are not at Indianapolis, what can you be doing during this weekend? And then number four, I'm going to be doing a bunch of spoilers so that those of you coming to the event in Indianapolis can have a little idea of what is going to be going on. We've got some news on that, and it is going to be fun to dive into. First off, let's talk about the event itself. I'm going to take you over here to a sheet that I'm working on, and this is all of the events and things going on in Indianapolis that I know of. And I'm going to be updating this sheet live. So if something changes or a location changes, I'll be putting it up on this sheet live while we're there. So if you want to follow along and have the most up-to-date information, go to this sheet, and I'll leave that in the description down below. Put that as a hotkey on your phone, and I'm going to have several links that you can put as a hotkey on your phone so you can quickly jump to them while you're there. I'm going to have an entire page on my phone that is nothing but links for the event. So while I'm there, I'm not wasting time trying to find that link. I have it all on one page on the phone. At the top here, we have two different maps. One of them is a Google Drives map that I've actually put together, which goes through all of the mall over here. This is where the actual event is being held, and several other locations. So any location talked about in the sheet will also have a flag here on the map that you can go to there. The second link here is the official map of the site. This is the official map that will let you know all the little specifics of what is actually happening in the park, where are sponsors at, where is the food going to be, and that type of thing. So let's start out on Friday. We are going to be having a meetup in the park. I'm going to be arriving sometime around 2 or 3, and everyone's going to be getting together at 4 just to say hi. So if you are coming early, feel free to swing by. This is actually going to be in the park itself at this flag here. So it's a fairly central location for everything. There's a big concrete tower there, and that's kind of going to be the WooTubers meetup location throughout the week. Number 2, most of the WooTubers are going to be going to Champ's Sports Tavern for dinner, and you can see the link there. If you want to come say hi there, great, go for it. Also, there will be a whole bunch of people who will be doing an inn and fortress crawl ending up at a pub. That's starting at 6 p.m. over at the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. There's a link to that on the map as well. And then we will all be wrapping up and being over at O'Reilly's to doing a Harry Potter trivia night. So that should be a fun way to kick this all off and get to know everyone. Then Saturday morning, everything starts to begin. We're going to be having a doxy hunt that officially starts at 6:12. I'm probably going to be getting to the location around 6 a.m. And we're just going to be walking around seeing how many doxies we can get early in the morning. So this will be at the State House lawn. There is a point to that in the map, which is right over here. Most of the hotels are in between these two fields, and so it's a fairly easy place to come out here and then meet up at this location to do a doxy hunt. We're just going to wander around and find doxies. Next up, early access begins at 9 a.m., and then the main group comes through at 11 a.m. So from then until 7 o'clock, everyone is just playing in the park and having a lot of fun as we go there. At 5:30, Simon's Mall is actually going to be doing a gift card giveaway. They're going to be giving away a couple $50 gift cards, and this is being hosted by Pookie Fodder. So if you want to head over to the Central Center Mall at 5:30, they'll be doing the giveaway then. And then don't forget, at 7:15, we're doing the big group picture. This will be on the concert lawn in the park itself. Sunday is basically going to be a repeat of that. We're going to be having the group doxy hunt again at 6:15 a.m., starting at the same location and just wandering around having fun. Early access starts at 9 a.m. and then 11 a.m. for the main group, and then we're going to have a big WooTubers get together at the Stone Tower in the park. That'll be at 6 p.m., and so we'll probably still be playing the game, but it's a time where we can kind of get together. Maybe we'll go find a fortress and see how that's going from there. And then Sunday night, there'll be the group picture at the footbridge, so the big bridge at the park, and we'll be having fun there. Now for Saturday and Sunday, there will probably be things that happen after the 7 p.m. picture. We'll be playing that by ear, seeing if we want to just go around and do a... Now Saturday and Sunday, there will probably still be things going on after the actual event, and we'll be keeping you up to date with that. I'll be putting information in here, but we're probably just going to be wandering around, maybe going out for dinner and doing a few things like that. So stay tuned for that. We'll be putting information in the sheet as it comes available. And then Monday, for those of you hanging around, we'll probably be doing an early morning doxy hunt again, depending if we want to wake up that early. But maybe we'll do something else in the morning, go out for breakfast or whatnot. Let me know if you have any ideas, and I'll put that in the sheet here. Now, during the event, I'm planning on putting a link in here so you can actually follow me through it, and it will put a pin on the map of where I currently am at. So as I wander around, you'll be able to follow me on the map. Animagus also said he's going to be trying to do that here. We may have it for a few more WooTubers. So if any of the WooTubers get me the link for that, we'll be putting those in here when the link actually goes live. Now, I wanted to take you over to these two maps and show you a little bit more about what's going on. There's the main park over here that the event will be going on, and most of the hotels are over here to the east of the park, and then there's the Simon's Mall over here, and there'll be a whole bunch of sponsored fortresses, sponsored inns in this area, and everything here from the Soldiers Monument down through the mall and all the way across is just absolutely loaded with inns and fortresses. This canal that comes south through the park here, that also has a ton of inns and fortresses along it. So if you're looking for places just to grind and play, you're going to find quite a few of them in this area. Most of the regular food and restaurants is over here by the mall, but during the event there will actually be some food trucks and concessions here in the middle of the park. So here you can see how the park is broken up. There will be 4 different biomes. We have the dark arts in here, Hogwarts schools through the middle, Care of Magical Creatures will be on the bridge and over here, and on this far side there's actually a free zoo that you can go to, and then there will be magical games and sports up here. And so there will be several different resting areas in each of the biomes where you can sit, relax, recharge your phone, and hang out. But most of the fun things will be happening here in the middle as you come and go. There will be the big threat clock in the middle, and you want to keep your eyes on that because that will change what happens throughout the day. Apparently, there will be things that will be happening that will be tied to the threat clock, so keep an eye on that. Also, you'll have the sponsors up here, and you want to make sure to stop by the Simon's Sponsored section. They'll be giving away gift cards there to all of the attendees. Also, over here, you will have the food trucks on the road over here, and then there'll be concession stands in the middle, so most of the food will happen over here on this side. They will have several themed spots, so the Magical Games and Sports will actually have a massive greenhouse that they're setting up where you can sit, relax, and recharge. Down here in the Hogwarts school section, there'll be a tent set up over here, and that will have a good place to relax, as well as one down here in the dark arts. This concrete tower will actually be here where the question mark is, and so that's where a lot of the WooTubers will be meeting up and doing the regular get-togethers there. You'll want to make sure you stop by the merchandise store and then also the Niantic store, and where you can pick up swag and things like that as well. I'll probably be spending a decent chunk of money there. Also, people have been asking me, where are the entrances to the park? There will be one entrance up here by the military park, and there'll be another entrance down here by the dark arts. And so what you need to do is go to your entrance, and you will see there's an inn there that is lit up, and you actually do Accio on the inn, and then it will log you into it. So as long as you are using the account that you signed up with, once you connect with that inn, your play will actually start working, and from then on, you have access to it throughout the day. So as you can see, there is a lot going on, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with everyone there. If you do see me or any of the WooTubers, come up and say hi to us. We want to say hi. We want to hang out, as well as I will be giving away chocolate frog cards and a few extra wands that I've made and collected. We're going to be giving those away to some lucky people. So, packing list for the event. Number 1, you're going to want your phone. Make sure you bring that. Make sure you bring a backup battery, a big backup battery. I'll leave a link to the one that I use down below. I don't know if you'll be able to have time to get it from Amazon, but you're going to need a backup battery for that as well. Number 2, the weather is actually looking pretty good right now. It's looking like high 70s, so I'm probably going to be bringing my robes to wear, but there is a slight chance of rain, and who knows what is going to happen. It may rain for some of it, it may not. I definitely say make sure you bring a poncho and or an umbrella, and make sure it's a Harry Potter themed umbrella, because if you don't bring them, for sure it will rain, and if you do bring them, then for sure it will not rain. So this way you can make sure you control the weather by making sure you bring your poncho. Bring a water bottle. You will be doing walking around, you will be out in the weather. Bring a water bottle. You can refill it, and there's several places in the field where you can actually fill up a water bottle. Bring a waterproof case for your phone, or if you don't have that, just bring a Ziploc bag. You can put it in the phone, and you can still use the phone through that. One thing that I do bring is a separate towel, a small towel I can keep in my pocket that I can wipe my phone off if it does get wet, because if it gets too wet, then your finger doesn't quite work on it and traces go all over the place. Just having a towel to clean off the phone will make it work that much better if it does get wet during the rain. Bring a backpack, because you're going to want to buy some things while you're there. You're going to have a lot of things you're carrying around. Backpack just makes it that much easier. Also, I like to dress fairly heavy in the morning where it might get down to 45, 50 degrees, and then in the evening it could get up to as much as 80 degrees. So you're going to have a wild swing of temperature in there. You may want to bring different clothes to change into, or a robe to take off to warm up and cool down throughout the day. Also, don't forget to clean off your phone and get rid of all the extra files on there you don't need, because you will be taking a lot of pictures and videos throughout the day. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you want to make sure you have all the space on your phone you need. If your phone does use an external SD card, you might actually want to bring that so that you have a separate card just for the event. So now let's talk about what people can do around the world. Now at FanFest, there will be all 4 dragons available. And you can see they've split them up and they now tell us where the regions will be. So the common Welsh green after FanFest will only be available in Europe and Africa. The Antilopian opali is only available in Oceania. The Peruvian viper tooth is only available in Americas and the Greenlands. And then the Chinese fireball is only available in Asia, in the Middle East, and India. So after the actual event, these will be separated into those places around the world. And that's kind of sad for some people, but they put an event coming up on the 7th where you can get more dragons that are not available in your area. We'll be talking about that here in a moment. So during the actual event, those in Indianapolis have the job of collecting dragons. We want to collect as many dragons as possible. If everyone there collects 150,000 dragons, then we will unlock a Dragon's Day. So all of us being there at FanFest are trying to unlock a Dragon's Day for everyone around the world so that you can get dragons where you are at. This Dragon's Day will be on September 7th, and the timings will be much like a regular community day. So wherever your community day starts for your region, that is where you will have the 3-hour period to catch as many dragons as you can. I will be doing a video about this later, as there are a few things that you might want to do to make sure you get the right dragon you want for your event. So during FanFest, then we will be doing this event where everything will be happening for everyone around the world. And you'll see these 4 different port keys pop up. And these port keys will actually look like this on the map. So you'll be able to identify which color of which dragon you get. And every one of these you open up, you'll be able to get one of the dragon eggs that come from it. On each of the registration pages, there will be 2 different dragons and 2 different eggs. And here you can see the 2 different registration pages, and one of them has the common Welsh green, and the other one has the Peruvian viper tooth. And then you have another page that has the Antilopian opali and the Chinese fireball. The reason that this is important is whichever one of these port keys has the most opened in your area, you will have access to that dragon in the future. So if you are in Europe or Africa, you will have a registration page where you will regularly be able to put these Welsh greens on the registration page, but you won't be able to put any of these others. But if during the event you pick up the Peruvian viper tooth portmanteaus, so you're only grabbing these blue ones, then you will be getting those dragons during your event, so you'll be able to prestige the page. If though you pick the other 2 that you don't have on that page, then you won't be able to prestige that page. You'll only be doing half of either page. So it's very important you know which one goes with who you are. So if you are in Africa or Europe, you want to make sure you pick up the blue portmanteau, and that will make sure you get the Peruvian viper tooth. And vice versa, if you are in America or Greenland, you want to make sure that you pick up the green portmanteau so that you make sure to get the common Welsh green dragon during your event. And just with Oceania and with Asia, Middle East, and India, if you're in Asia, Middle East, and India, you want to make sure you pick up the opal portmanteau so you get the opposite there. If you are in Oceania, you want to make sure that you're picking up the red portmanteau so you get the one that matches with what you're at. Also, the most portmanteaus that are picked up will be determining the bonus that we'll be getting during Dragon's Day. So if most people pick up the Chinese fireball, then there'll be a 25% wizarding XP bonus. If most people pick up the Antilopian opali, then they'll be getting portmanteaus that open in half the time. Same with Peruvian viper tooth, half potion brewing time, and then the common Welsh green, you'll be getting twice the dark detector duration. So rather than just lasting half hour, it'll be lasting a full hour. So during the FanFest event, make sure you know which portmanteau to open up. These will only be 1 kilometer portmanteaus, so they'll open up pretty quickly, and you'll be able to get your dragon's eggs. And this is the only way you can get dragon's eggs to prestige a page. Make sure you're picking up the dragon's egg that matches the registration page so that you can prestige more dragons during the Dragon's Day. I do like the way they're doing this. It's slightly complicated, so you have to think through it, but as long as you understand the 2 different pages and which one you want to actually prestige, you'll know which portmanteaus to open up so you can make sure you're collecting the right ones from your area. So I hope this helps out some of you. If you do have any questions, let me know those down below. Next, we're going to be jumping into some spoilers. So if you are coming to FanFest, there's going to be a list of things that you will need to do. And I want to breeze through some of those and give you a little idea of what's coming up so that you at least have an understanding of how the day will work. So to do that, I'm going to take you over to the hub, and on here they've actually put together all of the information that has been pulled out, exactly how this will work. And so if you want to, I'll leave a link to this and you can go down and see all this data down below. The whole event is broken up into a series of 4 quests. The first quest, you have to dine at 5 inns. Okay, that's pretty easy. You'll get 4 restricted section books. Nice! You need to recover 3 Chinese fireball egg foundables. That means you're going to have to walk 3 1K portmanteaus of the Chinese fireball. Make sure you know the color differences. You're looking for the red ones. collect 5 ingredients or portmanteaus on the map. That should be pretty quick. And then return 10 foundables of any type. So this should be a relatively quick task. And once you complete all of this, you'll get 4 more restricted section books. So just doing this first task, you will have 8 restricted section books that you completed. Now, in the second step, things get a little bit more crazy because the second step is actually broken up into 4 steps of several steps themselves. So you're going to have to go through quite a bit here. Number 1, you have to return 2 Welsh green foundables. So 2 Welsh green dragons. Number 2, you're going to have to go and get 10 magical games and sports foundables. So you're going to want to come up here to the magical games and sports section, make sure you get those. Then next, you're going to have to return 3 foundable fragments, 1 Gryffindor, 1 Hufflepuff, 1 Ravenclaw, or 1 Slytherin student. 3 of those, which means you're going to want to come down here into the Hogwarts school section to complete that. Next, we need to come down even farther, and we're going to have to return 2 Antilope and Opali foundables. So you're going to be looking for those dragons on the map. And then you're going to have to return 10 Dark Arts foundables. That means you're going to have to come down here into the Dark Arts section and make sure you get those foundables. And at this point, you'll have to use 2 potions. Should be fairly easy because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be using dwaddle drots and things like that for the rare things that pop up. Next step in this section, you're going to have to perform 5 spellcasts. Okay, that one's pretty easy. Recover 4 portmanteau Vipertooth eggs. So you're going to have to walk 4 more portkeys during this time and make sure you get all of those eggs. And then you're going to have to walk 2 kilometers, and that's going to be pretty obvious because you have to open 4 more portmanteaus. And then last, we can come down to the last of 4 steps in this step, and we'll be returning 3 Magizoology family foundables. And then here it gets a little confusing because it wants you to return 10 Mysterious Artifact family foundables. Well, there is no Mysterious Artifact family foundables on the map, so I'm not sure how that's going to pop up. That might be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see how that works out. And then perform 7 great spell casts. So this is going to take a little more time, but it's a fun task. And if you've gotten all the way through step 2, which is that, then you will be getting another 12 restricted section books, bringing your total to 16 restricted section books. Next, we're going to come down here to the third task, and this is one of the big ones here. This is going to take a little while. Number 1, you need to return 5 Peruvian Vipertooth foundables. Number 3, you're going to have to return 5 Chinese fireballs. Next, you're going to have to recover 5 Welsh green egg fragments, so 5 Welsh green portmanteaus. And then you're going to have to recover 5 Antilope and Opali portmanteaus. So this is going to be a lot of walking and a lot of going around, but it's not that hard. It's actually a little bit easier than the last one. But for that, you're going to get another 10 restricted section books. And once you've completed that, then we can move on to the 4th step, and this is going to be the hard one. This is the one where you're going to have to work at it. And so save yourself some time because you come down here and you're going to have to take 1 selfie. You're going to have to take a picture of any foundable, and you're going to have to make 1 new friend. Whew. I don't know if we can do that one. But if you complete that, you will have completed all of the steps in this. So this is looking like a really fun time. Now, a couple tips for this. You're going to have to be opening a lot of port keys. And I do suggest you open far more port keys than they have here because you need to get all of the eggs. And if you want to prestige pages, you're going to have to open a lot of eggs. If everything runs perfectly, you'd have to do like 35 kilometers throughout this whole thing, constantly opening eggs. So I don't think anyone is going to gold prestige everything, but keep your eyes open. Who knows what's going to happen? Now, with all that being said, this data and information is pulled from the app, and so it may not be completely reliable. They may be changing things ahead of time, so keep an eye open for that. Who knows what's going to be coming out, but I'm saying it's probably going to be pretty close to this. One thing you're noticing in this, there's nothing to do with challenges. So this probably isn't going to be a big thing to do challenges during the time. Number 2, there isn't anything in here with greenhouses. So it's mostly going to be catching dragons and doing 1 kilometer port keys. So keep an eye open for those, and you're going to be doing a lot of walking during this. So I think that's about it. There are a lot of things going on for this event, and I'm really looking forward to getting together with you guys. I am heading out. I'm heading out Friday morning and getting there Friday afternoon. So this is going to be a fun time. A lot of walking, a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, a lot of hanging out, and a lot of fun. If you have any particular tips or tricks you would like to share with the community, please throw those down in the comments below, and I'll probably be adding a few more things to the main document as well as the description down below. So if anything pops up, keep an eye on that document. That is how I'll be updating what is actually going on and where meetups are and what changes are happening. So if you want to stay up to date, that's the best place to do it. So what are you looking forward to in these events around the world? I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Let me know down below. If you did like the video, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. You know all those fun things. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at Wizards Unite FanFest. I will be giving away all of my chocolate frog cards, so come up and see me and I'll give you one of these as long as I have any left. So I think that's about it for today. And until next time, Have a magical day. Okay, I have 4 chocolate frog cards to open, and we only have a little bit left. So these will be opened in the last few days, and then I don't think I'm going to be doing chocolate frog cards after that. So let's see what is in this one. The 4th to the last. Is it anything special? Anything amazing? 2 days in a row, we have Albus Dumbledore. So I got this one yesterday, we got this one today, and if you come to FanFest, you'll get the chance of one of these. Wow! 2 in a day. I've only gotten 5 of these out of all of them that I've opened.